And in extreme cases, you lose all your shit and the girl drags your dick through the mud and makes you feel like makes you feel worthless. How can you prevent getting broken up with? If you got a relationship that's 1 month old, or 3 months old, or 3 years old, or 30 years old, the process is kind of always the same. So today, I wanted to make a video that kind of talks about what everybody's going through and how I can fix it. Generally, when you start a relationship, you're kind of meeting the bar. You're meeting the bar. You're good enough for the girl. Your level of dominance is going to be passable for the girl. Your clothes are good enough. Your interpersonal skills good enough. All that stuff is good enough. Then, as it happens to all of us, that level of dominance you either established or didn't establish starts going downhill. In early cases of dating, you just get dumped, right? You get dumped pretty early, 1 month in, one late in, however long in. In later cases, might be 6 months in, might be a year in. And in extreme cases, you lose all your shit and the girl drags your dick through the mud and makes you feel like makes you feel worthless, you know? Ask me how I know. The way I know is I've been dumped probably, literally hundreds of times. I'm a pro at this point. I'm a pro at getting dumped. So when guys call me, usually they want to know the same thing. Number one, is it too far gone? Number two, if they already think it's too far gone, can I save it? And number three, if it's gone, can I fix it? So, being the consummate professional I am, I always take in all the factors and let everybody know, like, yep, you can say this one, no, you can't. And in general, since your level of dominance erodes one interaction at a time until the very bottom, we can also work on one interaction at a time to build it back up. That might be in the form of, you guys have a fight, we got to talk about the fight. It might be in the form of, you guys are texting, we got to text. Oftentimes, when guys are in this situation, I ask them to exit the situation. And the idea of exiting the situation is to get the fuck out so you don't make any mistakes in the moment that can cost you your relationship. Now, most guys, the way they lose the relationship is pretty clear. They lose the relationship because they want to keep peace. When really, you're gonna have to do some fighting. And if you fuck up and you give away some compliance, you're gonna have to have a bigger fight to get it back. So that's what we do. We talk about each interaction one at a time. And always the formula is this. How am I losing dominance? Jeez. Sweet infinity, bro. Always the format is this. Have I established that I'm in the dominant role in the relationship? I'm the leader of our team. And then after that is this maintenance dominance. If you have not established that you're the leader in the relationship, generally and you're working towards it, generally that's fighting a bunch. And if you guys aren't fighting, and she's just nagging on you all the time, she's wearing the pants, and you are definitely on the downhill slide, sir. So we talk about those factors. I use a lot of experience in getting dumped, and we do our best to get the relationship back one time, one at a time, one interaction at a time, one fight at a time. But it's important that, well, let's talk about a few mistakes that guys make. The number one mistake guys make is thinking that they can just do the same thing that they've always done and they're gonna get a different result. I'm gonna save this. I always save it, it's always fine. And it's not fine. The continued downhill path is still on. You are still losing it. And then the worst part about that is most guys, like I said, get their dick dragged through the mud, lose a bunch of self-esteem. It's hard to crawl back out of. And you haven't fixed anything either. You don't know what really happened. So if you don't know what happened, you don't know what to fix. And then you're doomed to literally repeat that your entire life. It's rough. The solution is, if you know where you went wrong, you can analyze what the fight's about in real time. You can decide what of it is a real fight and how much of it is actually about power struggle. That's when you can get through your relationship. And the reason why is because it's always about a power struggle. It's always about dominance. If you're losing, it's always about dominance. Now, why? It's always about dominance because women have an inborn and innate need to know the exact level of dominance that their man has. She has to know the exact measure of your dominance as a means for her personal security and longevity, with kids, with marriage, with how long the relationship goes. She has to know exactly the measure of dominance that the man's working with. So she will chip away, one little chip at a time, until she's taken everything from you. And because she can't make a decision, she's going to make you go a lot further down the rabbit hole than you ever dreamed of. It's brutal. When you get to that bottom, it's brutal. You'll know that you tried your best, and she'll know that you weren't good enough for certain. If you want to avoid that, you have to take these interactions seriously. When you're having nagging, complaining, griping, fights, you have to take them very seriously because I have a sweaty forehead. Goodness gracious. So that's a little rant and rave there about what I normally talk to guys about. We talk about that dominant struggle. We talk about what it is. We make guys aware of it. And then we start to get a handle on whether or not the guy thinks it's something that he can do. If he can't, we work on the first few ourselves. And then we have kind of a continued relationship on the phone where we talk about, was this the right behavior? Was that the right behavior? And in doing so, getting through this all, we transform the guy into a dominant guy. There's no fixing the woman. You fix the man, and then the man and the interaction fixes her behavior. In other words, as you become a more dominant guy, as you're able to skillfully assess what's going on, you get a better understanding of all this stuff. And as you become more and more dominant, you get a better and better result. And as you establish that you're the dominant one in the relationship, then these tests drop off. Once she knows and can be comfortable in your position as the team leader, these tests will drop off and almost stop. Now, from time to time, will she poke her head up and will it be a concern? Sure. That's called what I call maintenance dominance. Well, that smells good. Morning. Tacos smell good. It's only like 10 o'clock in the morning. I guess I could go for a taco. So, if you are a guy who is in need of an assessment, I usually jump on a call with a guy, do a little quick assessment for free, and see if he's, got something I can fix quickly. If the relationship is worth saving, if it's not worth saving, and why. And you get a little quick touch-up on what's going on, what's not going on, if it needs involvement, if it doesn't need involvement. It's a really nice thing just to have a quick answer, like, can this be saved? Can it not be saved? I've gotten dumped enough, I really know at this point pretty quickly whether or not it's going to be saved or not and what it takes. Usually it just takes the guy fixing himself, right? But sometimes it's a little more involved. Girl's a little bit more complicated. You're oftentimes dealing with multiple media for fights. Sometimes your fight's on text. Sometimes it's on in person. Sometimes it's on the phone. Sometimes it's when you're in Tennessee. Regardless, if you are really concerned about losing your relationship, it's almost definitely something that's worth a quick 30-minute phone call to see if I can even fix it or not. And for those of you who are like in a crisis mode, I can certainly jump on the phone with you for a quick consult and see if it's something worth saving, or something that's not, something you should put effort into, maybe a quick assessment of what's going on. Usually it's the case that guys, once they realize it's a problem, it's already pretty far gone. So if you think, I don't know, something's wrong though, it's probably a lot worse than you think. It's probably gone a lot further than you think. It's probably something that's at least worth that phone call. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description if you want to jump on a quick 30-minute call with me. I'll give you an assessment, a quick one, see if it's something you should keep, something you can't keep. You know, if you broke up with a girl last week, maybe I'll tell you what happened, or if it's something quick, or if it's something that's going to take you longer to fix. But again, the idea is to fix you and fix your level of dominance, not go to therapy, not just break up and do the shit again, and then 3 years later be dealing with this same issue. It's about fixing the man, so then you never have to worry about it ever again. Cheers.